Hey, everybody, it's Dave here from Vikings First and SKOL. We got a special tonight. We're doing a skol'ing with friends with one of our best friends in the business. It is Mr. Rap, Rapeezy. And we're going to be talking JJ McCarthy and your Minnesota Vikings. All next on SKOL'ing with Friends. Welcome to SKOL'ing with Friends. That's right, friends. We don't have any enemies in the business. We have friends. The whole idea is to have a one-on-one, possibly one-on-two, but most likely one-on-one interviews with knowledgeable individuals. These individuals could be from the press, such as beat writers, broadcasters, or podcasters like us, or even from the team itself. We aim to not only feature people from Vikings land who we may already know, but also individuals from other teams who can contribute to your Vikings knowledge as we grow our fandom for the purple, your Minnesota Vikings, the team we all love. It's time to SKOL and meet the new friend. Now. Hey there, Rap. How are you doing today?
Man, I'm doing good. Thank you for having me on, man. It always feels good coming over here to Vikings First and SKOL. I'm going to tell you right now, man, I love being over here. So thank you again for inviting me tonight.
Oh, it's been way too long.
I agree.
Now, one of the few things we want to do tonight is we're going to go over Skullfest, and we're going to go over raising some money for your dad.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But first, are you excited for 2025?
Man, too excited, man. Listen, I can't wait. I know we're going to get into it of all the reasons why we're excited. And you know what, man? Everybody in the chat, first of all, make sure you hit the like button over here, man. We got to get the people in, right? But there's a ton to be excited about. But the one that's super obvious that I know me and you really are aligned on, you know what I mean? Number 9. And we're going to get to that, man. I always love talking about, I was telling you backstage, man, I can talk about number 9 all day long. You know what I'm saying? So shout out there. I can't wait to have the conversation.
Hey, everybody knows I love JJ McCarthy, and I think it is the best selection we've had in a long time in a draft. Heck, it's the only top 10 quarterback we've ever taken. And last year, we got sort of gypped out of seeing him play, or at least seeing him grow, because as we all know, in that preseason game, he tore his meniscus. I've been there. I know it takes a while to heal and get better, but he is 100% healed. And I was surprised me that last week it came across, I think it was Gessling said that they've cleared him 100% to play. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I thought this was done months ago, but I guess it wasn't.
So let me ask you, Dave, when you did have that injury of a torn meniscus, how old were you at the time?
Oh, shit. I was.
Oh, so you were younger.
No, I wasn't younger. I was 40, 50s.
So the reason why I asked you that, because, you know, age plays a big factor in the healing process too. You know, so because I've had these conversations with other people too about JJ McCarthy's injury, and there was a lot of talk about, you know, the healing process and stuff. And so I went and did some research on it, and age plays a huge factor, right? And especially when you're talking about, not only does JJ have age on his side, only being 22 years old, but also just him having the Vikings facility, the doctors, and all of the pluses. I mean, he has everything in his corner to be able to heal, not only properly, but in a timely manner. And I think that's what we saw, and that's what we've been seeing. You know, I'm glad he's cleared. You know, I did see that too as well. I had no doubt in my mind that he wasn't going to be cleared. There was some fans, you know, that I've chatted with that have said maybe he won't be ready, so on and so forth. But I knew, man, with him being as young as he is, I mean, on top of the Vikings having some of the best in the nation when it comes to rehabilitation tools that they have in place for these players, man, I had no doubt in my mind he was going to be all right. So good news to hear, man. Let's go.
Yes,
Let's
I
go.
think it's fantastic. And so far, he's demonstrated he did not lose a step. He did not take a step back in his training. The whole idea of we went through last offseason, he's got to work on his footwork, and he's got to work on his mechanics, how to, have his arm rather than pull out the elbow, bring it back, and do whatever, all the quarterback thingies that quarterback coaches get deep involved and into the weeds with their charges that they do. Now, whether it's Kevin O'Connell or whether it's who's the quarterback coach? It's he'll probably
Josh McCown.
Josh McCown. He'll probably be an offensive coordinator after this season, if not a head coach candidate.
Yeah,
but or even Wes Phillips for that matter. That all that stuff we sort of expected, or I sort of expected, some regression because of all the time of not being out there and working on it, because you can't work on it when you got the kneeling board scooter and you're zipping around Egan. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
But
I mean, look, I think that sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
No, but it's you mentioned it, the trainers at TCO helped him stay physically repaired, but there was more than that. And what is some of that so he did not miss that beat when it comes to this spring?
Yeah. I mean, I think that, and another thing too, I'm sure you remember when he had that first interview where he had that gigantic knee brace on. I mean, that was a little discouraging, right? Like seeing that, it almost looked like his leg was the next step was for it to just fall off. You know what I mean? And you're just thinking like, this is Vikings football for you. You know what I'm saying? Like we draft the quarterback with the 10th pick, and all of a sudden his leg falls off, right? And it's over with, man. I mean, that knee brace was a little intimidating when you first seen it. But again, like I said, I had no doubt in my mind, man. I really, and his mental, to me, like I know I always go back to this, and I beat this horse to death, but it's okay because it needs to be said over and over again. Is it's the mentality too with JJ McCarthy that I think people really need to really tap into and pay attention to all the small things, right? All the small things he does, from his press conference to everything, man. And I think, Dave, you sent me a text. Was that you? I think you sent me a text about him calling, or was it somebody sent me a text, right? And they're probably in the chat. So if you're in the chat, say it was me if it wasn't Dave. But just talking about how when JJ McCarthy does his press conferences, he always calls the reporters by their first name before he answers the question. Like he'll say, "Thank you, Judd. Thank you, Ben," whoever's asking the question. A lot of players don't do that. But that's a sign of just, first of all, just being locked in and building relationships. What that tells me is when it comes to the players, just imagine how he speaks to Aaron Jones and Justin Jefferson. It makes people buy into you, man, as a leader. And that's why we hear guys like Justin Jefferson. Yeah, it was Norse. Norsefius did that. Yeah, exactly. Shout out Norsefius. That's why it's going to be easy for him to be a captain even this year. Like when it comes to the votes and stuff, people are going to be like, dang, he didn't earn it. Man, yes, he did. We're not in the building, but what we can use is the little tidbits that we do get when we do get a JJ sighting, and just watch him. Just watch how he carries himself, man. We have a true leader as our quarterback, man. And if you're a Vikings fan, you should be excited, period.
Yep. And it's a great technique for leaders to do, is to learn people's names. And it's for anybody to do. I'm sitting there, I fumbled over Josh McCown. One, I've killed too many brain cells over the years. And two, I'm getting older. But it is beautiful to see somebody connect, and it's a connection. When I call you rap, right, to your face, I've locked you in. We are talking. That's a good thing. When he goes to Jets and goes, Jets, I want to do this. Will you be open? And Jets goes, just throw it my way. I'm going to catch it. It's going to key in, and Jets is going to key in. If he sits there and goes to Addison right before he walked off and go, Jordan, I need you this year. Don't screw up on this break. We need you here. Yeah. You think Addison is looking at him and going, yes, I agree. Cool. So I think it's a way to lock in. It is part of leadership. Norris Fias can attest to that. It's one of the things we're taught in the Air Force, different schools we went to, different things. Now, speaking of Norris Fias, I want to thank him for being here. He's my #1 mod, first off. I know he's a mod your place as well.
Absolutely.
Vocal Vike on YouTube. But he's fantastic at being here. But I also want to say hello to everybody that's in the chat. We have the Duck. We have the Bulldog. We have Chevy. We have, who else? Jeff is here already. We've got Two-Toned. Mr. Bob Swede. Hi, Bob. And it goes on. We have Raymond. We have Skull for Life. Bummer as well is here. We have Delton. He's here. And everybody is more than welcome to join us. Shout out, send messages out to everybody that's normally in our chats. This is an abnormal show schedule, and say, hey, Rap and Dave are on. Go check it out. We'd appreciate it. I see Land of Ice and Snow is also with us, which is pretty cool. And anybody else that I miss, I apologize. There's Maddie Man, and hey, you all freaking rock.
Man, can I just add a little bit to that too, man? And this is from the bottom of my heart too. I really mean this, man. Like our community, like from your channel to my channel to other channels, Vikings channels across the YouTube sphere, man. I just want to say, man, I love y'all, man. Like, listen, the support that y'all bring every single day, regardless of who's live. You guys are always in the chat, being active. I mean, it's amazing. I gotta say it. And then when we always have things going on, whether it's me, whether it's anybody, anything we're trying to do, I feel like there's been a couple missions. And if there's been a couple missions that we've had to accomplish, whether it's, bringing JJ Vikings' nephew to Minnesota, whether it's my father right now. I mean, there's been a ton of little missions, and we've completed every single one of them by this community that we have here that just rallies together, man. And, I couldn't ask for anything more, man. I mean, like, I really look at most of these people, pretty much all of them in the chat, as family. Like I don't just want to say you're supporters. It's like family. There's a connection there. It's genuine, and I appreciate it, man. I love doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like I just love it, man. So shout out to the chat, man. Thank y'all.
Yeah, I do too. Now there's one person I see we're missing. I haven't seen Sarah yet. That's probably because we haven't talked about trading for Kirk Cousins. And what a great idea that would be.
Yeah, she has like an alert on her phone. Like anytime the word Kirk is pronounced, it just like sends her a red alert. Oh, they mentioned Kirk. You know what I'm saying?
But we'll see if it actually works. And folks, everybody that knows Dave knows I do not want to see Kirk Cousins back in purple at all. No, period. 100%
at all, man. So let me ask you: is there any kind of rumblings about that, like being somewhat serious, or was it
the
just
only way I could picture that is if JJ McCarthy's leg falls off. Hey down. There, Tony, the machine is here. The best Vikings historian I know.
Absolutely, shout out T-Bell, man, for sure. I love T-Bell. You know, you and T-Bell doing a Vikings history show, like just
he's
not
trying to
obviously
rope
not like
me
a
into
schedule
it.
thing, but like something would be that would. I mean, I'm telling you right now, I think it would be really good, really good.
There's Eric and his beautiful wife. They watch all the time. Eric's from where, if home is where high school was, say your senior year in high school, it was New Mexico for me. And he's from there, and we've talked green chilies a lot. And boy,
isn't New Mexico also known for the hot air balloons?
Yes, the International Hot Air Balloon Fiesta. I worked hot air balloon cruise growing up. And, God, you want to talk about a party. It is nonstop. We're sitting there. We go out. For those that don't know, Albuquerque's the perfect spot to launch and recover balloons because of the way the mountains on the east and then you got the valley and the way the winds flow, you can literally fly a box. And depending on the weather, they'll go up, fly north, fly east, fly south, come back, fly west, fly a little bit north again, and land where they took off. It is wild. Now, that doesn't happen all the time. That's perfect conditions. But to be on chase crew, and I was on chase crew when I was in high school, as soon as the crew took off, the pilots and whatever guests they had on them, if they did, we'd start chasing. We'd get in the truck and start chasing. Well, we had these massive wall-to-wall coolers of beer and champagne. Champagne was for the pilots for when they land. That's a tradition. But the beer was for us. And we get absolutely ripped even before the balloon is down.
Yeah.
And the cops didn't mind because we're putzing around at 5 miles an hour looking up and, you know, we'd have a walkie-talkie in our hand or something like that. But it was a blast. Absolute blast. And if, Eric, you've ever done that, let me know because it is fun. It is absolutely a tremendous blast to do that. It is great. I see Brusky Bears in here.
I can't get on that. I'm sorry. For some reason, hot air balloon just doesn't sound like something. I'm down for the cause, right? Like I'm down to try new things. Like I probably would skydive before I do a hot air balloon. Just something about being in a balloon all the way up there. I can't trust it. I don't know. It's if you got a good pilot, it's a pleasure. Man. You go up there and it's completely silent. Like, do you got like parachutes on just in case things start going around? Oh yeah. See, I need like a parachute.
You need a good pilot.
I need another way down.
Not going to fly. Not going to light the balloon envelope on fire or fly into electric lines.
I guess you don't really hear about hot air balloon accidents though, so I guess it's kind of rare.
They occur, but
they occur. Okay.
Yeah. But it's perfectly silent, and you can just zip over, and we'd zip over pools we'd see a lot of cool things. Put it that way.
How do you steer it? How do you steer the balloon?
You measure wind flow. So
it's kind of like sailing in the air,
right? And if we had a balloon up and it started going a different direction, we knew if we went up 50 feet, 100 feet, we'd change directions.
Got you. Okay. So there's a science to it.
Oh, all yeah. Right. Oh, it is.
All right.
It is a blast. But now back to.
It's always good to talk about some other stuff other than football sometimes, right?
Well, we're talking about fun. Now, I don't know if you saw, the Vikings put out a cute little video of where people are going for their break.
Yeah.
And I found it interesting. A lot of people are staying, which is cool. They're working here. Bunch are going on vacation. Okay. Yeah, I could see taking some days off, have the body recover, and get your mind right for when it comes July 20th and the quarterbacks and the rookies report to training camp. And I can't wait. We also saw yesterday training camp dates came out. Are you going to be in Minneapolis for any of those dates? Or are you just waiting for Skullfest?
Man, so I appreciate you asking. I'm not going to be up there for that, only because it does kind of run pretty close to Skullfest, and for the ones who know, I'm in South Carolina, so that's kind of that's a troop back to back to be able to do that. I wish I could though, man. You know what I mean? That would be amazing. But the great thing about it is we have some great fans that go and give us amazing content. You know what I mean? For people like me and you, Dave, that, can't be in the area all the time. And we get to sit back and kind of lean on them. Like, shout out Dustin Vikings on X. I mean, he's a big one that, I kind of lean on, and a lot of people lean on during that because he goes in there. I mean, he's so good at it that the Vikings don't even like him being there because, I mean, they feel like he's getting a little bit too good, right? But hey, I love it. And I can't wait to see it. I'm also glad you reminded me about July 20. For some reason, I don't know why I was seeing July 28th. So
28th is when everybody comes.
Okay, but the 20th is when the quarterbacks and
the rookies will hit. They come in earlier.
So and then from the 20th on and up until the 28th, they're going to be out there training the whole time.
Well, they're going through. They'll go through more classes and stuff like that. The rookies will go through.
So we probably won't get much clips or anything.
No, we won't hardly get anything during that time period. But we might get little tidbits, which is cool.
Yeah.
Now,
absolutely. No, I'm excited, man.
Plans to be there every day. They're open to the public. Hopefully, he's there. He'll have his credentials for there. A to Z Sports is still fighting with the Vikings to get him his credentials.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Man, the Vikings are. I've heard story. No slight to the Minnesota Vikings, but they're very strict on who they allow to, get a badge. You know what I mean? Quote unquote, to be able to talk about them as far as, going there and getting information. So, man, but I know Tyler, man, he'll get it. You know what I mean? He'll definitely get it. He deserves it. I mean, he's been covering the team.
SKOL North tried to get him one last year, and it didn't happen. And who knows? Hey, Arif Hassan no longer has his. They won't give him his.
They'll snatch him in a minute, won't they?
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it's because he went Substack and private, but so did Matthew Collar.
Yeah.
So, and Matthew kept his.
Hey, well,
it's one of those things.
Look at it like this: we'll lean on those fellas. Then when they go live, we take tidbits from them and trust them, and you know what I mean. And
Alec Lewis is a good one.
Alec Lewis, yeah.
There's a few of them.
Yeah. No, man, I'm excited, man. Thank you too for mentioning Skullfest, September 13th, which is going to be a Saturday. Just exciting time to be a Vikings fan for sure during Skullfest in the city. Let's go, man. Shout out Dave. Hey, listen, that's why I love Dave, man. He knows the deal, man. I'm talking about A1 production, man. Let's go. Can I give you a horn on my side, man? Let's go, man. You know what I mean? Let's get it. But so Skullfest, September 13th.
Battles.
Hey, let's go. September 13th, 6 to 10. As you see here, it's going to be at the Crooked Pint, which is a new location from where we usually throw it. But they're like it says, beer, live DJ, prize giveaways, live show. Hey, RSVP. Make sure you RSVP. You can find it somewhere for sure, whether it's on X, on YouTube, on some of the live channels, live shows that we do. If you're in the city, be there. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be a ton of fun. We have so much stuff planned for this one, and this is number 3. And it's just been getting better every single year. And this year, we're really, really, digging deep and trying to make this thing, just really make it a time to remember. So if you show up, you're going to be talking about it throughout the season. Like, damn, I remember that night, man. September 13th. That was such a good night. So make sure you pop out. Appreciate you too, Dave, bringing that up.
Well, I'm trying to convince Tyler to go in and represent us.
Let's go, man. That'll be nice, man. Tell him, come on.
Yeah. We had Sal there last week. And Sal, if you're watching, we miss you. We want you.
Yeah, man.
Come on. Get excited like we are about the season.
Shout out Sal. She was at Skullfest last year. Yep, she was there, man. Shout out Sal. She always support. And we also got some other things that we have in the works with Sal too during that week. So You know, you don't want to miss it, man. I'm ready for Sal to bounce back. You know, we got to get her in the mood. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. And Two Tone says it's his birthday. You guys are going to have to sing happy birthday to him there.
Man, it's already in the plans, you know? It's already in the plans. That's a fact. For sure.
Cool. Either that or today is one or the other.
No, it's September 13th.
September 13th. Cool.
Yeah.
Now, somebody posted, I just saw that Judd will be blackballed.
Oh,
who was that? Bulldog or Blacklist Judd? I doubt that. Judd's a legend up there, and if they take his credentials away, I'd be shocked.
Yeah, they can't do that to my boy.
Then I
like Judd, man. You know, Judd, one thing I love about Judd, man, he's just pretty straightforward, man. He calls it for what he sees it, man. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes he's really good at, like, putting his fandom to the side and just kind of saying what it is. And, you know, you need people like that. So shout out Judd, man.
Hey, he and I talked when he worked for the paper. And I started out in the 90s, late 90s, via email, because there was no chat back then. And we were blogs were just starting. And I've known Judd for a while. He's a good man, a good reporter, and one of my favorites.
Yep, absolutely, Sam. Now,
speaking of Judd and the local press, the local beat writers, why are their opinions about JJ McCarthy so different from what the national broadcasts are saying? What's your theory?
Yeah. I mean, my theory is people are just opening their mouth without watching the Minnesota Vikings, to be honest with you. I mean, AKA Colin. I mean, listen, man, some of the things that Colin said in his recent spill about JJ McCarthy just make absolutely no sense. I mean, absolutely no sense. When you watch, I mean, and you don't even have to see what's happening during this year's mini camp or anything like that. You could just go back to his college. To say that he doesn't have arm strength is just wild, man. It's almost just like he's just grabbing things, just trying to make it. I don't know. Well, really, I understand why he's upset, is because he has, you know, his Sam Darnold take that he made years ago when Sam Darnold got drafted. It's on the line because he's like, see, I told you. He was able to say, I told you last year with Sam Darnold being on the Minnesota Vikings. Now that Sam Darnold has left and gone to the Seattle Seahawks, I'm sure we're gonna go back to the regular Sam Darnold. That's just my projection. I think Sam Darnold's definitely not gonna have the season he had with us. I can tell you that. And he's upset about that. You know, he probably feels like the Vikings did Sam wrong. We broke up, and he probably felt like, man, you should have stayed with Kevin O'Connell so my take could finally come around and be right, but it's not gonna be right. Another thing too is I think people are just kind of sleeping. They're just, you know, they're using the injury, saying he wasn't able to practice last year, he's not ready, and this, that, and the third, and they're just running their mouth, man. But one thing's for sure, you got to trust Kevin O'Connell in the process. And I feel like if there was any doubt, we would have made a move on a quarterback for sure. If there was any doubt, Aaron Rodgers would have been here. Hey, I can even say Russell Wilson probably would have been in the conversation. There was some quarterbacks, although we might have not have wanted them. Yeah, no, I get you. But what I'm saying is I feel like if even Sam Darnold would have still been here, that's the main one, right? Like, that's the main one for sure. I mean, it's just one of those deals where
way back.
Exactly. If there was any doubt, man, that's why I feel so comfortable, is like, because if our team and Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell can sit back knowing that this roster is built to win, and they know, like, all right, we're going into this season with JJ McCarthy. I mean, you gotta be confident in that. I mean, he's proven that he makes the right decision at quarterback, whoever he puts out there. So, man, JJ's going to be perfectly fine, and I can't wait. There's going to be a lot of crow being handed out, Dave.
Hey, and I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
Now, as you mentioned, KOC has made every quarterback that's played for him better.
Yeah.
Whether it be Mr. 500 and Kirk Cousins, or whether it be Sam Darnold last year, or heck, even the Pastronaut he made win games and extended his career. Heck, he's a backup still. And it's and Mullins as well got better to the fact that he's now with a new team and made a decent paycheck on it. It's a good thing. But the national media relies on a lot of times game tape or at least highlights from games. And obviously we didn't have that last year because JJ was out with the meniscus tear. So they don't have it. They go back and they have lack of McCarthy before that, or they, even if they did look at Michigan, they said, oh, he didn't do much. He wasn't in most of the fourth quarters. You know, when did he have to dominate a game by throwing a football? Why should he have to dominate a game by throwing a football when you can run down everybody's throat and win the game by multiple scores? There's no need to. And that's Jim Harbaugh's, philosophy. Hey, it was my coach's philosophy in high school as well. If we can run 3 yards a play, a down, we're going to make a first down every time. So we ran up until the state championship when we threw the touchdown and won the game. But
there you go.
So they don't have that immediate visual reference, the national media, and I'm making excuses for them. Now, they could actually go back and look, but they don't have it. There's also the part of market-driven takes. What did we hear last year about Caleb Williams? He's the savior in Chicago. He'll be the first quarterback to throw for over 4,000 yards. Did you see him throw for over 4,000 yards last year?
No, he didn't throw for 4,000, but,
he didn't.
He didn't. Nope.
Chicago got a Pope before they had a 4,000-yard quarterback.
Yeah. Dang, that's nasty work.
But, he was all hyped up. And then you have Jaden Daniels last year who went out and did it. The dude freaking studded out and took the team from Washington, the Commanders, all the way to, what was it, the NFC Championship game? Or no?
Yeah.
Just shy of it?
NFC Championship. They went to the NFC Championship. Yeah.
Lost
to the Eagles.
It's like, hey, so I can understand that. And J.J. McCarthy dropped out of their minds.
Yeah.
He was done after the one preseason game, and they didn't think about him. So now they're coming back, and they're going, hey, we got Caleb Williams, who just got Ben Johnson as his head coach. He's going to do great. Yeah. And then we got Jaden Daniels, who made it to the NFC Championship game. He's going to do great.
We got Drake May.
We got Drake May. We have Bo Nix. We got all these quarterbacks.
Yeah.
We didn't see anything from McCarthy. McCarthy's no. Now, he's only got one pitch, and it isn't strong. It's mediocre. Dude, really? No. Now, so without that concrete NFL performance data, they're lazy. They have to cover the whole league, and I shouldn't say they're lazy, but they're lazy when they're making an opinion about J.J. McCarthy. I'm starting to cover the whole league this year with the Fans First football show. And let me tell you, it's rough to get everything. And I'm only focusing on the NFC.
Yeah.
But that's what I see from them. Now, to get different perspectives like Diana Rossini and her, Aaron Rodgers is going to be there. J.J. McCarthy, going to get hurt again. It's going to be Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, obviously that's driven from somewhere. Any idea where?
I have no idea where it's being driven from. If I would love to hear about it. I mean, I don't get it. You know what I mean? I just really don't. I mean, I kind of agree with you when I know you said you want to take back the lazy takes. I know it's tough to cover, but my thing is this: if you don't know, then I feel like you just shouldn't speak about it rather than dissing them. Because I feel like a lot of people diss JJ McCarthy just based off of, hey, he handed off the ball. The greatest, I think the best comparison that we were talking, you talked about it with the NFC Championship game. The best comparison is go look at Jalen Hurts statistics. All right. Jalen Hurts, man. Would you believe that Jalen Hurts only had what? 20, I think he only passed for like 20, was it 2,500, right? 25 to 2,800 yards last season?
Go.
But he's a Super Bowl quarterback, man. You know what I mean? Super Bowl champion, man. Like, this is the thing. I think we get, as Vikings fans too, and I went into this knowing this, right? After we let Kirk walk out the door, I told myself, I am no longer about to get blinded by the 4,000-yard seasons, because that we've seen that we've had a quarterback that can do that consistently every single year. What does it matter? It doesn't matter, man. It's about being able to make the right throws. I'd rather my quarterback throw for 2,800 yards and only have 20 touchdowns, but the team is better and we win us a Super Bowl. With Kirk, people were just more excited about the end game of, well, he threw for 4,000 yards. We should extend him. Look at his stats. He threw for 4,000 yards. Yes, but we only won 9 games and missed the playoff. What does it matter? It's obviously not enough. He needs to throw for 7,000 then. And that's just not going to happen. My thing is this, man. Stop. We need to stop looking at the box scores. We said we agreed to that as a fan base when we moved off of Kirk. And we're going to look at more of the leadership traits and can you really make the right passes and not fold in the hardest, toughest times under the bright lights. And I think JJ McCarthy's that guy for sure.
Can you throw for 8 yards when 8 yards is needed?
And not 3.
And not 3. Mm-hmm. It's exactly that.
Yeah.
Now, Cynthia Freeland from NFL Network and her computations, how they run, hey, the Vikings are only 1,000 times, and the Vikings are just going to miss the playoffs. They've admitted they're doing that because they have no idea of how well J.J. McCarthy's going to be playing this season. Yeah. They don't see him every day. They don't dive into him like our fans do, like we do, right. Soaking up the information, getting, watching every single video, whether it be from a fan in the stands that's not supposed to be videoing or from, Vikings Entertainment Network putting out the normal propaganda or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. We're looking at it. We know what we see. Mm-hmm. Heck, I've been around a long time, been a fan of this team a long time. You've been around a little bit less, not, but you've still seen a lot and been through a lot. Yeah. Our fan base is hardened. And I haven't seen our fan base this excited since I was a kid. And we had Fran Tarkenton on the football.
Hey, that's big. That's big news. You know what I mean? That's big news. I like, that makes me feel good, hearing that for sure. Cause I do see it. I see how excited the fan base is. I mean, we really don't have, I feel like as far as Vikings fans go, there's really not a lot of people that don't like JJ McCarthy or that isn't excited about it. So I mean, I honestly, I think we're in a good spot right now. There isn't a civil war yet when it comes to Vikings fans. Now, after a couple weeks of football, we'll see. We'll see, because there may be these fans that are waiting. They're just kind of staying a little behind the scenes and waiting for him to maybe have a hit a bump in the road. And once he does that, then they're gonna start coming out of the woodworks like, I told you. So. We'll see what happens. But like you said, I agree. I think majority of fans are super excited about what we have going on, man. Every time there's a JJ McCarthy sighting, man, I run to want to do a video and talk about him and hype him up. Man, I'm riding and dying with JJ McCarthy, man. I'm dying on the hill. I just am.
First off, Delton, am I having audio problems? Because this is something we've been working on a couple shows in a row. Let me know. Secondly, you talk about JJ, doing videos. But people, other than the fans, aren't realizing the whole surrounding cast. This whole team, who was it? It was Ryan Kelly that says he has never been on a team that is so talented, top to bottom, than this one. Can you think of a Vikings team that was nonstop? We've got some depth that has talent. We have starters that have talent. But as a whole, can you think of one in your memory that's been this talented?
From top to bottom, man, I gotta say, probably not. Like, honestly, man, probably not. I mean, I'm sure there's some debates out there that people would throw in the chat. And if you do have any teams and that y'all feel like, then throw it in there, and it can be a conversation. I mean, you got a good point. When I think about every single position group, and I think about kind of how the type of player we have in that said position, it's hard to remember a team that's built, you know what I mean, like to really sustain a long run. And I think because I feel like this team is built to really, make a run at that Super Bowl, whether that's this year or whether it's next year. I do believe, I know a lot of people, I have seen reports coming out about how the Super Bowl window is open, and I 100% agree with that. I do believe the Super Bowl window is definitely open. And a lot of that has to do with having JJ McCarthy still on this rookie deal and being able to throw money out there, man. That's what look, ever since I started doing YouTube, that's what I've been asking for this whole time. Coming into the situation with a Kirk that's just been draining us dry, and we haven't been able to really build the team how we wanted to. The moment we released him, and then we had that 1 year that we had to still pay him somewhat. We still owed him like 28. But once he got off the books, what you saw this year in free agency that's what's happening. You know what I mean? Like we're able to get this player and that player and really build the team. I mean, look, and then the good part about it is next year is just going to be even better. That's what's even more exciting. When you're talking about the draft, free agency, everything's just going to be ×2 at that point. So you think this year was fun on the type of pieces we added. Wait until next year rolls around too. Not to jump too far ahead, but I'm just saying it's going to be exciting.
Hopefully we're cramming between late February and the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
it's going to be lit.
I see that Tim Lyons is in the chat. Tim Lyons is one of Fans First Football's broadcasters, and he broadcasts for the Bengals.
Okay.
And I think we play each other this year.
Yeah.
Well, I got to have Tim on at some point in time to talk about his team, probably the week of the game, and I know we do play each other. So, besides Bearski is also here. So we have people from other fan bases are more than welcome to join us. Yeah. And hopefully I'll get some more of these shows out, especially when we compete against said teams, whether it be the Bengals or not just the NFC North, but the NFC East and the AFC North, especially the AFC North. That's the other division that's like ours. Black and blue lunch pail division.
Man, it's gonna be some fun football this year. Yes. Like some fun, aggressive, really hard hitting. This is gonna be a good year. I mean, it's set up perfect because I feel like playing the AFC North this year. I mean, it's gonna call for us to just run that ball, and that's something that a lot of fans are asking for. And I'm okay with that too. Like, I do understand that it's one of those deals where we maybe should look in that direction. I guess my only thing with it is when we have these conversations is I got to see it to believe it when it comes to that, only because knowing our head coach, Kevin O'Connell, to me, I just think it's going to be hard for him to really commit all the way to that run as much as we probably envision. Because, I see a lot of fans saying it's going to be, 60-40, 70, even 70-30, I've heard. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. I think he trusts JJ a little more than that, man. You know what I mean? You got to think, man. He's the type of quarterback.
Heavy?
Yeah, 60-40 run.
Oh,
yeah.
No. I've said 60-40 pass.
That's where I'm more
likely. But the whole idea of Aaron Jones and Mason and whoever backs them up is we're going to have better running efficiency, I think, is what KOC's goal is this year. Rather than averaging 4 yards a carry, let's average 6 and 7.
Yeah.
Why? Because we got beef up front blocking for him.
Let's go.
We have Speedy, Jalen Naylor, for those that don't know. We already talked about, oh man, he's bulked up. He looks great. Why is that? Well, the wide receiver 3, if we're running, is a blocker. He's got to be able to dive in from wherever he's at and take out a linebacker, a safety, or wherever, even an edge possibly. Mm-hmm. And to do that, he needs more beef. Mm-hmm. And that's why he bulked up. And I think the goal is not a 50-50 split. Hey, suddenly KOC's running the football. I don't think that's going to be it.
Right.
I think it's going to be, no, we're getting better at running the football and being more dominant in that aspect of the game.
Yeah.
I do not see us going 60-40 unless we have a 3-score lead and we're just running out the clock.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like doing the normal things that every team kind of does at that point. And I agree 100% with you. I do like how you put that, where it's like maybe listening to him talk, like you said, it doesn't mean that we're going to be doing it a lot more than what we've seen. It's just we're going to be a lot better at it because we brought in these pieces on the offensive line and then brought in Jordan Mason and so on and so forth. I think we'll just be more effective, like you said, especially in the red zone. That's something that we've definitely had to work on. I think Jordan Mason brings that to the team, which I'm super excited about, man. I'll say this. When it comes to the running back room right now, I'm definitely happy and appreciative of what we have, and I think it's going to look good. I do still want to get that home run hitter, man. Jordan Mason, he's pretty quick, pretty fast. He can break out. I don't know if and maybe I'm missing it, I don't know if he has that home run ability. I think he can still get tracked down, kind of just like Aaron Jones can. And for me, man, I'm just looking. I really, really, really look forward to the Minnesota Vikings finding that guy, even if it's a guy that you just bring in. You know what I mean, for certain formations, man. I just want that guy that can really get up out of there. Man, that's my boy, man, Dalvin Cook, man. Hey, and I always got to go back to it only because, like, there were so many times where he turned the game around for us based off of one handoff. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Even if it's not even a whole touchdown, I mean, breaking out for those 60-yard runs and 7, I mean, it turns the game around, being able to have a player that can do that at any moment. And I know I wasn't the only one, but every time Dalvin touched the ball, I mean, you always were looking for him to break that thing out of there, man, because he's done it so much and showed he can do it. I mean, look, man, this is one of those deals, man. I miss that feeling. That's all I'm saying is I miss that feeling of looking at my running back, knowing like when they turn around and hand the ball off, I'm like, is it going to happen? Is it about to happen? You know what I mean? Like, is he about to go? Yeah, I miss that, man. We haven't had that in a long time. I got to say.
Do you remember, were you old enough to remember watching Robert Smith play?
Oh, yeah. Robert Smith was one of my favorites. Yes, absolutely.
He had that ability.
He had that. Absolutely. Yep.
He
had both.
boom, boom, gone.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man.
Well, hey, all these draft picks we're supposedly talking about have 9 possibly next year. Maybe we pick one up, or maybe one of these UDFAs we brought in to compete will step up and
Trey Stewart.
And suddenly, grow and become that player. Because there are those players that did okay in college, just okay, nothing big, nothing special, but good enough to be drafted or come in as an undrafted rookie and then make the team and then suddenly explode. It's the development. It's always fascinating to me how humans develop differently. You could have guys that are studs in college, just absolutely rock solid, and then fail in the NFL. Yeah. They have the size, they have the strength, they have everything, but they fail. And it's because, they topped out in college and they never made the transition. Yeah. Then you could have guys that lower down that people go, hey, Daniil Hunter, he only got 3 sacks. He's not ready, whatever. And then boom, one of the best edge rushers in the league. They're late bloomers. And it's just, and hopefully we find some of those in the running back room this year to go along with Mason and Jones.
Yeah, you have players that take advantage of their opportunity and wear a chip on their shoulder. That's really what it boils down to there. A guy like Daniil Hunter, like you said, being doubted and then wearing that chip on your shoulder the whole time you're in the league, the whole time. Every game, just, F all of y'all that doubted me, I'm finna show you. Right. And that's what separates. You got some people who they make it to the NFL and they feel like they've already accomplished their goal and they don't put in that work to really sustain that. And then you got people maybe like a Trey Stewart, that's a UDFA, and hey, turn around, hand him off the ball. He gonna show everybody in Vikings Nation, hey, look here, man, I'm the new sheriff in town. You hear me? Hopefully he gets an opportunity. We'll see. At the end of the day, with the running back, I always feel like you got to be intentional on who you pick up. I know I've had these talks a couple years ago when we did get rid of Dalvin Cook with fans that believe you can just go pick up running backs from wherever and just draft them in the 7th round and all this. That's a no for me. All right. I never felt like that, and I'm never going to feel like that. I feel like there is a such thing as good running backs and ones that aren't good. For real, every running back, this ain't Pee-wee. In Pee Wee football, that's one thing. All right. Every time you in Pee Wee football, the running back is dang near going to be the best player, the best kid on the field. He's the fastest kid. You're gonna give him a sweep and he gonna hit the sideline and go. In the NFL, that ain't how this works. You gotta be intentional, man. You gotta get a running back that really has a skill set that can really that you can benefit from. So, and hey, but I'm rooting for Trey Smith though. Or Trey Stewart. Sorry. I hope he turns out to be something decent. At least a running back 3.
We'll find out. We'll find out this fall.
We'll find out sooner or later.
Yeah. And hopefully he does. Now, and I said there are people that develop. There are also those that miss and never develop. So, and we've seen plenty of those. We'll find out. I want to welcome a few more people. Mafia's here, which is good to see. Black as Tomato 4 is here. He's happy to see you.
Let's go.
We also have, who else did I see? Really Flawed Football is also on here, which is cool. Welcome to her. And we're good. Now, shifting gears a bit. We all got excited last week because we saw Christian Darrisaw out on the field moving around and doing individual drills. I found it interesting that Brian O'Neill was the one holding the bag for him in the videos, but he was doing that. And of course, the next day he had off. That was planned. I told folks that's planned. They want to see how he recovered. And he was out the 3rd day, which was cool. Do you think all those are good signs, right? And as folks know, he suffered an ACL and MCL tear last year in the middle of the season. Unfortunately, I think it was against the Rams. and it just sucked.
It did.
Now we got Robinson traded for him. He did okay as a replacement. But do you think Darisaw is going to be ready for week 1?
I'm gonna say no. Honestly, like I like what I saw. I like him moving around, and obviously he didn't look like the Darisaw that we all know. I mean, shoot, that big knee brace. I mean, you could still kind of see some type of caution there as he was moving. So I'm gonna say no. But what I'll say, I think it's gonna be similar to like the TJ Hawkinson ordeal. Maybe see him come in, you know what I mean, a month into the season, week 6 or whatever, maybe after the bye week, after we get back from Dublin or London. I think we play London the second game. So I just think I think that's more of the case. That's just my opinion on what I feel like, just because of when he injured it. He injured it. I'm not gonna say it's late in the season, but still, yeah, week 8, I believe it was, right? Was it week 8 or was it? I believe it was a week 8.
Somewhere around there. Yeah, week 9.
Somewhere maybe around there, which is kind of similar to TJ Hawkinson, right? It's kind of similar. So it's just one of those deals. I think he's going to be out for a little bit
later, but yeah.
Oh, okay. And they should honestly, I feel like they should keep him out for a little bit longer. As much as we would want to see him come right in, and maybe we get blessed and he does come right in. Ain't nobody gonna be mad about it, but I'm just more concerned about who's actually going to slide to that spot, though. I mean, I would be interested to hear who you believe. I mean, I know there's some names being thrown out there, even all the way down, to some UDFAs that we talked about. I know I had Thor on, and a lot of people are big on Logan Brown coming out of KU, saying, "Hey, that kid could step in and maybe surprise some people," and things like this. I don't know. It's just, my main concern is, if he's not, then what? Right? If he's not going to be ready and he is going to be out for 3-4 games or whatever the case may be, who's going to be the substitute there?
SKOL.
Okay, that's his. Okay, yeah, because we got him. And where was he from again? He's from. Was he on the Falcons?
I want to say
Tampa. Tampa. I remember seeing him in Tampa. Yeah,
and he's the traditional backup tackle that's decent.
Yeah. He's not Darisaw,
not Darisaw. As I tell people, Darisaw is one of the top 3 tackles in the NFL when he's healthy.
Absolutely.
Offensive left tackles. Yeah. And he's not number 3.
Yeah.
So, no, but SKOL will take, I would think. Now,
how crucial is that, Dave? How crucial is that because we all know the position Darisaw, that's the blind side. Mm-hmm. How crucial is that to JJ McCarthy's, success early in the season? You know what I mean? Like, your blind side, when you look at the teams we play right off the bat, is there, the pass rushers we're going to face early on, is that just another challenge for JJ McCarthy? Because obviously Darisaw being there would make it easy for him, in my opinion. That's his blind side is locked easier, because if you're thinking about it, you got him, and you also have Donovan Jackson, who's going to be there. I mean, Darisaw and Jackson, I feel like the blind side going to be shut down. There ain't nobody coming through there, man, for the most part, right? Every once in a while, somebody going to slip through. It's football. But for the most part, I feel like once them two actually get together full strength, oh, man, that blind side going to be good. But I don't know about SKOL or whatever. His name sounds cool. Sounds like a Viking to me.
SKULE. SKOL.
Sound like a Viking to me. Let's go. But are you concerned? Are you concerned at all about the blind side?
No. I think we did all right when Robinson took over last year for him, and that was with Sam Darnold. I think JJ will be just fine with SKOL, even though it'll be an upgrade, obviously, if Darisaw's playing. But I think it'll be just fine. Now, you mentioned Mr. Jackson. I want to see Mr. Jackson star. And everybody knows me. I love my big round bellies. Mm-hmm. And I usually say it takes 3 to 4 years for them to develop at this level, unless they are a unicorn. And there's been a few of those, but they're rare. I am hoping that Jackson is that unicorn and at least plays mid-level guard. If he does that, we're 100% successful. If he plays better than that, oh shit, we're golden. And but you talked about him and Darisaw getting together. I hope Mr. Jackson, Donovan Jackson, has gotten with Christian Darisaw and the two and done sleepovers at each other's places so that Christian Darisaw can be talking to him and saying, hey, let's watch some film together. On this, I'm expecting you to do this. Or on this, I expect you to do that. Certain things like that over time will help and hopefully gets seated in his mind that, hey, we're paired up side by side. Right? And then the other nights that he's not with Darisaw, he's with Kelly. And getting that whole drill sergeant routine that Kelly's persona gives. And gets him squared away and brought up quicker than we ever thought Ed Ingram would be, or whoever we had playing at guard for so many years. Hey, T-Bass, welcome to the show.
Shout out T-Bass in the building, man. He said fries and look, man, we're going to need some time. The line probably is going to need some time to mesh too.
And I want to see Fries come back healthy sooner than later.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, man, you think about last year too, right? When Darisaw was there with Blake Brandel. I mean, he single-handedly made Blake Brandel a Pro Bowler for the first, 5 weeks or whatever the case, but single-handedly. When you go back and watch the tape, man, Darisaw was doing his assignment and Brandel's assignment. You know what I'm saying? Both of them. He was doing both of them. And like, that's why he's super important to get back out there. And especially when you talk about a guy like Donovan Jackson, who I believe, I know you said you want him to be average. I think he can be above average. I think it was a really smart pickup, safe pickup. I know there's a lot of reports coming out talking about that was probably one of the safest picks in the draft, low key.
Oh, he was the third best guard out of the whole draft.
I think it's hard for that pick to be, I say that it's hard for that to be a bad pick, right? It just, it feels like that. Like, it's almost like, and I don't know the last time I felt like this as a Vikings fan, where the first round pick, where you're thinking like, okay, we got to wait and see, like, can he be good or not? I feel like, honestly, as much as I wasn't on to him, I got to say, like, as I'm going to bed each and every night, like, I have no doubt that Jackson's going to be decent. You know what I mean? I just feel like he's going to I just feel like he's already decent and he hasn't even played yet. So like, I'm confident in the pick there, man. I think I see many, many years I think we finally have the left guard position kind of sewed up in a way. I really do feel like that. Him and Darisaw together, man, that's going to be a sight to see. I just can't wait. I can't wait to see that. I'm super excited.
I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I can't wait to see the whole line together, making sweet pancake block music together. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Be decent.
Which was the perfect lead in to music, but we'll do that a little bit later. First off, one of the reasons I wanted to have you on is your dad's battling cancer.
Yeah.
And how can the crew come together to help?
Yeah. So first of all, and thank you, Dave, for again being prepared, man, and being intentional, man. I love, first of all, I love intentionality. That's something that I really respect about you, because you're prepared, man. You know what I mean? So thank you to you. I want to thank Norse as well. All right, we have these plaques right here that I show on my channel often, every live, that Norsefi is handmade. All right. And I mean, individual wood pieces. These plaques are great. Dave put right here. Thank you, Dave. Look at again, man. Hold on. We gotta give him a Ric Flair. Can we give him a Ric Flair, baby? Let's go. Let's give him a Ric Flair, baby. But yeah, so and the Cash App's there, Cash App, Vocal Vike. There's also a GoFundMe. If you go to my community tab, it's probably like three posts down. If you want to do it on the GoFundMe and you don't have Cash App, whatever the case may be, that's fine. You can go to the GoFundMe, put SKOL Todd. I do have some really great, exciting news about today. And today he rang the bell. All right, I'm gonna be posting a video.
All right.
I'll be posting a video here soon, talking about it, or at least posting it on X so y'all can see it, see the evidence of him doing it, man. Because today was a big day. I met my parents down there at 9 o'clock, man. By 9:30, because he had to do one more radiation treatment today. So he was in and out, came out, rang the bell, man. It's a blessing, man. This journey, thank you to everybody who's already participated and kind of donated to the cause and helped me out, helped me and my family out. Again, Norris going the extra mile and spending tons of time on this stuff, man. I mean, I remember Norris working on these, and he was late nights up working for these and keeping me updated. Like, man, these things are turning out wonderful, and he was telling the truth. All right, these things are amazing, man. You have to get your hand, and we are going to be doing the giveaway here soon. But I gotta say this: the journey's not over, right? So I say that to say, he did ring the bell today, and the hard part's out the way, and that's for sure. All right, the hard part's definitely out the way, but there's still a hill to climb, and it's the healing process because my father had it in his neck and throat. So there's a lot of things that he's gonna have to get back. They said it may take about 6 months or so just for him to be able to eat because he's still gonna have a feeding tube and things like that for who knows how long. So it's not over all the way, but you know what? It's over enough where we got that nastiness out of his body, and he fought, man. And thank you everybody who's been supporting, man. I really, really appreciate y'all. Hit the Cash App, Vocal Vike, $20 to enter, and we'll be able to do this drawing here. I think me and Norris are going to talk a little later, probably, or we'll talk throughout this week about when we'll do it. As far as the drawing goes, we kind of want to raise a little more. So right now we're at about roughly $500. I want to try to challenge the community to try to get to 1,000, because if we can get to 1,000, that'd be perfect. And I think the community can do it. All right. So we're going to run it for probably another week or week and a half or so. It's just based off of how y'all really operate on the next couple of shows. But man, thank you everybody, man. You don't understand how much I appreciate it, how much my mother appreciates it. Everybody who's tapped in, man. Mary's been going extra hard, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Mary, Barbara. I don't want to miss anybody, man. Thank you to everybody who's been playing a part. So let's go, man. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave, for giving me the floor on that, man. SKOL Todd, baby.
I just wanted to point out, folks that are seeing this, seeing the Norseman facing left.
Yeah.
And why, do you know the reason is? I talked to Norsefius and I know exactly the reason.
Yeah, so that's the old school logo. That's actually the first logo. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So shout out. And I do have now Norse was intentional with this. One of these are supposed to be for me to keep, but I told Norse, I'm gonna do I'm being nice. And I'm giving away all 4 of them only because I feel like it's only right. Right. But I want Norris. But if you look, I have one with both. All right. So I do have one special one where it's facing. He did make one where it's actually hold on. Can I get in the camera? There we go. He does have one that's facing that way, but we also have the one that's facing the way that the logo is today, the original. Mm-hmm. So, I know people like we're thinking Norris made a mistake. No, Norris knew what the hell he was doing, and he's an OG, bro. Like Norris is an OG. Of course, he's gonna go to OG style. You know what I'm saying? For sure. I love it. I love it, man.
Check your phone.
Shout out Norris. Oh, thank you, Dave, man. Shout out Dave from First and SKOL, man. My guy sent 100. Dang, bro. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man. Wow, we got to give him a Ricky for that. Let's go. Let's go, man. Thank you so much, Dave.
I've been holding off until we got together, and I wanted to.
Dang, man. Dang, that's big, man. Thank you so much. I do want to say this, too. I'm going to get Todd on. I'm going to try. So, I was talking about the healing process. And now he's still kind of struggling to talk. He can talk, but he's struggling hard. They also had to pull out all his teeth too. So you can imagine trying to talk with no teeth. But we got that scheduled too, where he has to get the dental work done. But he wants to get on, and I'm gonna get him on the phone. I would get him on video, but he's kind of embarrassed right now just because I gotta be honest with you. It did a toll on him. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like this 7
It's
weeks.
rough. I've had family members go through it.
It's only been 2 weeks. It's only been 2 months, but I'm gonna tell you, man, it looks like he's been through a lifetime battle. It really does. From where he used to look like back in early April and March to where he looks like now, man. I mean, you wouldn't notice him, to be honest. It did a toll on him, but he made it through. But I am gonna get him on because he can talk good enough. He's like, I want to talk good enough, so he'll be on. I'm gonna get him on the phone, Dave, to make sure he thanks everybody and lets everybody know how much he appreciates it. And I know you've seen the picture I got on my community tab too, man. He quick to rep the Vikings too, man.
Oh,
you know
yes.
what I mean? Like ever since I've been a Vikings fan, he's really a
too.
Dolphins fan. Yeah, he's a Dolphins fan. Shout out Queen Mary sent him a Dolphins cup. You know what I mean? Because she knows he's a Dolphins fan. But hey, when it's time for the Vikings to play, I'm talking about when the Dolphins aren't in it and the Vikings are in the playoffs or whatever the case may be, man, he goes purple and gold all day. I mean, he has jerseys, hats, as you can see. Like he rides for the purple, man. So shout out Todd again, man. SKOL Todd, man. Love your pops, man. Let's go. Thank you, Dave. That was big. I appreciate you.
Hey, like I said, I've been waiting until I got you on. That's one of the reasons I wanted you on at this time.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Hey, we've talked about our beautiful Minnesota Vikings and what we think of them so far this year.
Yeah.
How many games do you think they're going to win?
I mean, I got us at 12-5 right now. There's 5 L's that I seen on the schedule. So 5 L's that I seen on there. So 12-5. I mean, I don't know. I think I may be, part of me feels like I'm a little high, right? Part of me does feel like I'm a little high because I usually don't go 12. I got to say. Like, I usually am around the 9-10 area for the most part, unless I'm trolling, right? Like, if I'm trolling, 17-0. You know what I mean? But like, on a serious note, though, I see 5 games on the schedule that really, I'm not going to say they concern me. I just think it's games that are going to be tough battles. And I don't think that we're going to get blown out by any means by any of these 5 teams. I think it's going to be a dogfight. I think any team that runs into us is going to have to show us that they know how to play a whole 60-minute game of football. That's for sure. I do feel like that. I feel like our team, like me and you were talking about earlier, I just think our team is built that way this year. And I feel really comfortable that if you beat us, it's coming down to the wire. You're going to have to beat us, right? You're not just about to step over us. I don't care who your name, what your name is. So 12, I mean, right now I'm going to sit at 12. I'll sit at 12 and we'll kind of see after training camp. And you know, Dave, how it is. The 53-man roster really comes out and we really see, okay, what's the intentions behind cutting this guy but keeping this guy? And then you can really start to vision on, oh, so this is the kind of plan. This is what the plan's looking like. So once we get that more information, you know how it is with me and you and everybody who does content and even just regular fans. I mean, the more information you get, the more you can kind of mold it, to, all right, this is the direction we're going. I got us winning 14 now. You know what I mean? I feel real good. So we'll see what happens. Because if we had a Jalen Ramsey or something, I mean, hey, it might be 14.
Yep. Hey, I've said on the NFC North show, who will be king, which is on tomorrow at 4:00 or shortly there afterwards. I think Bleachers to Speakers is hosting tomorrow for those that want to watch, where we talk about the NFC North and we pick on the Green Bay Packers. And I've said we're winning 13 games.
Okay.
I've called it 13 games, and then we're going to win in the playoffs. It's not going to be one of these one and done things. No. Now, should we make the NFC Championship? Oh, I hope so. Should we go and win the NFC Championship? Oh, Lord. Odin, make it so.
Yeah.
I would love to see it. I think this team is special. I think this group of players is special. Held together by KOC, a young quarterback that I think definitely has the it factor. It took me a long time to convince Drew Bunting what the it factor was beyond just a nice smile.
Yeah.
And he agrees. So
it's a real thing.
I think it's going to be a blast. And those that don't
so,
know.
So 13 and 4?
Mm-hmm. Drew Bunting of Vikings Report, since Vikings Report is retired, will be joining Darren and I on Two Old Bloggers during the season for his pregame analysis, which will be cool.
Can't wait.
Can't wait,
man. I love that show, man. Shout out 2OB, man. That's one of the best shows when I can catch it. I catch it, and I try to make sure I'm looking at the time on the day, and I'm like,
hey, we take the worst day of the week, and we talk Vikings. Why? Hey, because we love the team, and we hope with all our experience that we can bring a little bit of reality and hope. I'm the optimistic one, and hope. But I do believe this year is going to be special.
I love it, man. I love it.
Any last words, from you? I pump and hit the Cash App to $ Vocal Vike.
Yeah.
You're on Vocal Vike, the YouTube channel. A lot of our fans already know. Mm-hmm. Become a member. He's real close to 5,000. Let's push.
Yeah.
RAP over 5,000 members.
Yeah, man.
I think it'd be great.
Look, absolutely. We are on the road to 5K, and we're getting there, man. And thank you to everybody who's, bought into Vocal Vike and was there from the very beginning when it was triple peasy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out everybody, man.
Rap easy,
for real,
baby.
man.
Rap easy.
Yeah. I'm telling you, let's go. So thank you everybody tonight too for stopping in and talking Vikings football with us, man. I always enjoy, joining Dave and talking Minnesota Vikings football. I always say, I got to get Dave over on Vocal Vike for a Friday night show so we can talk. And we are going to make that happen. And he actually gave me the opportunity, I got to say before this show, he was like, hey, either one, it's up to you. But I just feel blessed coming over here because, production value, I really appreciate production value. And Dave does a great job, not only on like just this show, but like, as y'all know, the ones that do watch him, I was telling them backstage, like when you think about the Vikings community and you think about production value, I mean, I really put Dave and everything he does at the top. I honestly do. Even compared to obviously the bigger channels, like shout out to everybody. This is no slight to anybody, but even the Purple Dailies that have 20,000 plus subscribers and some other people that have a lot more subscribers, man, nothing compares to the production value that Dave brings to the table. I mean, he makes you feel at home. All right. So y'all don't understand. I have to create custom graphics with people's name on the bottom. All of that stuff, man, it takes a talent that everybody doesn't have, including me. You know what I'm saying? I can talk good, you feel me? At least I think I can. But shit, hey, I'll tell you that's a different type of talent. So shout out to Dave for everything he does for our community. Thank you for having me on tonight, Dave, man. Thank you for what you did for my father. I really, really appreciate you. I mean, I know it's not really about the finances and sending the money, man. It's about just you being a great human being, man. From the moment I met you, and I can't thank you enough, man, for giving me this opportunity to be on here as well.
Cool. What do we say?
SKOL, and then are we going to do it? Are we doing it?
We're doing it. But we say SKOL Vikings. But as we go out, remember, RAP sings. Dave composes and writes. We've only played it a few times, but you'll see it on the way out. Our collaboration as we ask, are you ready?
Are you ready? Yeah.
In the land of the Vikings, under the northern sky, a tale of seeker, reaching for victory high, never treading paths where the others have failed, in search of new doors, where success has been hailed. So are you ready? Are you ready? For the fight to come? The countdown begins, you hear the beat of the drum. Your life has just begun, echoes in the night. A new era dawns under the stadium lights. Are you ready? 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 Yeah, 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 yeah. The hero walks lightly on a line so thin. Uh-oh to the players. Fire in the wind, under the watchful eye, a fan, a foe, a friend. Remember your roots, on that you can depend. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? For the game's thrill, as the season approaches, you feel the chill. Your life has just begun, just the chorus rings true. A change in guard, a strategy new. Heroes come and heroes go. The song does reveal the essence of a team, a bond so real. The seeker, the hero, in the lyrics we find, it mirrors a team's journey, a tale of a kind. The mirror of a team's journey, the tale of a kind. So are you ready? Are you really ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? So here's the song of a team. In the lyrics we see a constant quest for glory, a will to be free. So are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? The echoes fade away in the land of Vikings, where the legends play. Are you ready? 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 Yeah. The song does reveal the essence of a team, a bond so real. The seeker, the hero, in the lyrics we find, it mirrors the team's journey, a tale of a kind. The mirror of a team's journey, a tale of a kind. So are you ready?
Thank you for watching and listening to this production from Vikings First and SKOL, Skol'ing with Friends. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell, and rate us over on your favorite aggregator, as we are partnered with the Fans First Sports Network, bringing the purple to you, by fans, for fans. And what do we say? SKOL Vikings!